You mentioned how certain white people say that black people need to move on. Slavery was a long time ago.
No, it wasn't.
Thousands of years ago.
Even though they never say the Jews need to move on.
True.
But go ahead.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I recently interviewed Bill Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Duke.
Bill Duke is 75 years old.
Wow.
He was born in 1943.
Mm.
And as we're talking, I said, you know something? You probably had living relatives who were slaves. And he said, yeah, my great-grandparents were actually slaves. And but on top of slavery, you got, everything that, the Jim Crow laws and what do you call that process that happened after Reconstruction.
Yeah.
And he started going through like the horrific stuff. And I'm like, wow, an actual living connection to slavery is alive today.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he said,
my first day in kindergarten, I was called nigger and blackie. I remember coming home crying and went to the bathroom and tried to take, they used to have Babo cleanser at those days and wipe the black off of my skin. I thought maybe if I could do that and people would love me more, and then I was gonna drink some bleach in the bathroom. My mother came in just in time, and because I thought the bleach would whiten me. And I was 7 or 8 years old. I didn't know any better.
and you're talking about the 1940s.
Right.
And it's still, especially with skin lightening cream. Thanks, China.
Black China, yeah.
Thanks, Black China. Good job. And and with African countries, Indian countries, I mean, there's literally in Queens, and I was at a store, an Indian store. They got it's called Light and Lovely. They got lightening skin like it's Vaseline up there. And the Indian people be like this, let me get to lighten darker, please. They just buy it. Because, in Jamaica.
In Africa.
But thank God.
Epidemic almost.
But thank God it's not everybody.
Sammy Sosa, Vibes Cartel.
Yeah, Sammy Sosa, that's just, what the fuck
he
is
looks
that?
like a Jewish man right now.
But
like, seriously,
he looks like an albino
he looks
something.
Sammy fucking Schwartzstein.
And
or
what's
some
funny
shit
is
right now.
even the white dudes are like, Sammy, we know your original color. Just saying. It's okay to be ashamed, but Jesus Christ, Sammy, what the fuck? They should have a new racism for people who bleach their skin, like blotchies or something.
Before I forget,
get those blotchies out of my goddamn neighborhood.
Hold up, before I forget though, like all black people who are descendants of slaves are living testaments to us. See, what we don't understand is, and why we can't just put it in the past, is this shit exists in your DNA. See, we don't understand how that's what DNA is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the sum of all that came before you. All your ancestors that came before you, all their experience and knowledge and love and hate and feeling, everything that they went through is in you right now. Yeah. So any kind of suffering or trauma that might have been suffered by your ancestor,
carries down.
Make no mistake about it, is inside you right now.
I agree.
So don't think that this is some shit that we can just, oh, you know what, it's 2018 and slavery was this many years ago and y'all can just forget about it. No.
My thing is this too. Here's the reason why we can't forget about it. Because the behavior is the same from whites. It's the same.
And the structure is the same.
If the behavior of white people changed, as in being fair, actually wanting others to strive, them not being entitled all the fucking time, not doing double takes when black person walks to a Starbucks. I've had that happen. They're like, oh, you like croissants? Yeah, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Yeah, enough with the double take. It's like whenever you walk into an establishment, there's always like, oh, the black people have walked in. It's like, all right. And sometimes I used to do this when I walk into Starbucks. Yes, the black guy is here. Just come for,
I've actually do that.
I do that because I'm nuts. Because I'll walk in, like if I walk in with an Asian girl, that is like the ultimate stare. Like, I just walk with my Asian, and then people are like, oh, I go, yes, the black man is here with an Asian girl, and I might stick my big cock in her. So yes, if you are picturing that, it's going to happen right after I get my goddamn latte. So enough of that shit. Enough of that shit. Why do white people have to be the default? Like, if I see a white dude with an Asian girl, it's okay. Okay, cool. That's no big deal. But if we walk with anything other than us, there's this image of something because we're not looked at as normal. Once white people change their fucking behavior, the liberal ones too, once they change their behavior and just treat people as human beings, then we'll know, we'll move on. Because they haven't moved on. They want us to forget about it so they can continue their fucking behavior. That's why when Jewish people say, oh no, we're gonna let you know about the Holocaust. Oh, we ain't playing. You ain't gonna do that shit again. The Japanese
Never forget. 9/11, never forget.
Japanese go like this. Oh, Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Ain't gonna happen again, motherfucker. Black people need to have the same shit. Ain't gonna happen again. We need to have that attitude of, it isn't gonna happen again. Fuck that.
But we don't have that attitude because it's still happening. Because it never stopped.
It doesn't stop.
It never stopped.
But also, they've got a lot of black people trained to where they want to quell our anger. And enough of that.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
As a white person,
Okay.
as a white guy,
All right.
explain to me why, you say that we should always remember, but then you also hear certain black people say, I don't want to see any more slave movies.
Yeah, we don't.
Because, well, see, that's.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Here's the thing.
those
because-
movies will help.
No, they don't help.
No.
Those movies help to ingrain certain imagery
That's
in the
right.
mind,
Yes.
which perpetuates more fear and perpetuates almost the psychological dominance of white people over black people. That's why we don't want to watch those fucking movies. But the fact of not forgetting what happened.
Right. I mean, no one said that for Schindler's List when it came out. It was like, great movie.
Great, because
Right.
because here's the thing, we're like, because Jews have a lot of power, and that Jewish people have a lot of power in entertainment shit. So you're gonna be like, that was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a great movie.
Yeah, it won all the Oscars. And
It better. All the Steens and the Bergs are like, yeah, we're gonna win. Oh, you get to have
Like,
all that
I
shit.
could-
But with us, I think it's like we don't have enough power, really. But we don't want slave movies too, real quick, because they don't even show what the real atrocities that happened in slavery.
Did you see the new Roots movie? The new Roots series?
No, I didn't.
That
see
shit was hard to watch, yo. I had to turn it off.
But
It was
and you know what's so
hard to
funny
watch.
is that's still lightweight shit on what they did to slaves. Are they showing black women that the stomachs were cut open where they would stomp the embryo? Did they show that?
Nope.
Did they show them fucking the black man in front of their family?
Nope.
Did they show that?
Nope.
Did they show that shit? Did they show them actually having them like eat with the cows and shit? Did they show them shitting on each other while they were, under the ships? Did they show the fecal matter that they had to swim in? Did they show them fucking the black women in front of their? Did they show any of that shit? So the slavery that they're showing is still lightweight shit. If they really showed real shit, I'd be like, yes, keep showing slave movies, but show it truthfully, because they always have a saving nigga white dude. It's always somebody, the white person fucking, redeems himself. Don't worry, I'm the
Matter
cool.
of fact, in 12 Years a Slave, Brad Pitt
Yes!
was the one who
he was
kind
the
of...
cool white guy, and Brad Pitt is actually a cool white dude. I really
First of all, I
believe
didn't
that.
even watch 12 Years a Slave,
Oh, you
but
never
they
watched it?
always do that.
Well, they raped Lupita in it. They raped her. That's how she got the Oscar. Like they raped Halle Berry, and that's how she got the Oscar. It's like, why do we always have to be raped? Why can't black people win Oscars at the dinner table? You know how white people would just be at a dinner table, be a boring ass movie, and it could be called The Dinner Table with Meryl Streep.
Right.
And
The
Meryl
dinner
Streep
table.
wins an Oscar going, I want a divorce. Oh my God. Oh my God. But black people have to be like, get off me, goddammit. Don't fuck me in the ass. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Enough of that shit. That's all I'm saying. I would like to say, I'm surprised they haven't made a super slave movie. Slaves with superpowers. Because it's enough with the slavery. How about inventor movies? Like stuff where we invented goddamn everything in America.
Well, there
what
was,
about
was
those
it
movies?
Hidden Figures?
Right.
First of all, that wasn't
Hidden
an
Figures.
inventors movie. And again, they played a subservient role,
And then
even in the space
Kevin
program.
Costner was the
And see,
saber nigga.
What's crazy is whenever they have a chance to show black people in their
Yes,
greatness,
yes.
that's when they replace it with white people. like gods of Egypt and shit like
Oh,
that.
did
Like,
you
like,
see that?
Oh, now we
Everybody was Irish.
Yeah, like, come on, like, you have a chance now to show black people as great and strong, but now we're gonna replace, Osiris is gonna be fucking.
He was like this, hey, you fuckers, I'm an Egyptian. Let me tell you something. You fuckers better understand this is Africa. This is fucking Africa. That's right, you
fucking
bastards.
pyramid right
The
there.
pyramids, we fucking built them, all right. That's right, you fucking bastards. Are you fucking serious?
Like,
They gotta stop doing that shit and insulting us.
but
with
see,
this
it's
bullshit.
purposeful though. Don't think this is like some accidental shit. We don't want you to see yourself, to have these images, but we want you to have these images.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
on purpose.
You can find millions of pictures of black people hanging from trees back in the days when white people would treat it as a picnic. You'll see kids and women there
what it was.
smiling
Yeah.
and
Well,
looking up at the
Bill-
tree and all that. That's the type of shit they want us to see and remember.
Well,
That's right.
Bill Duke say that his parents used to see things called an N-word barbecue.
In those days, we're talking about segregation. They grew up in the South. They saw lynchings. They called nigger barbecues, where they would spin people that were alive on pits until they were dead and dehydrated, and they would hold up pieces of their bodies and smile. Hundreds of people.
That's real shit.
And he also said
And what they didn't probably show is some of the motherfuckers probably ate them too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Come on.
I wouldn't doubt it. That'd be
and
get
he
out
said,
too.
he said that his own parents.
When they were going to church on a Sunday, say it was raining, and say they were on the sidewalk. If a white family came their direction, in the opposite direction, they had to step into the mud and bow their heads until the white family passed, then get back on the sidewalk and walk to church. And every time a white family passed toward them, they had to step into the mud and bow their heads.
Wow.
His own parents.
Walk into the mud.
You know, there used to be towns where there's this book called Laughing, Lying, and Signifying on the real side, the history of African American humor from slavery to Richard Pryor. They used to have in towns, the black people, when they laugh, they have to laugh in barrels. They had
And that's
to
where
put-
you get a barrel of laughs.
Barrel
from.
laughs.
Yeah, they had to, yeah. It's
Well,
like,
Bill Duke said something really interesting, and a lot of people, were retweeting this and mentioning this. He said the one thing that his parents told him when he was young.
They had this phrase, which I never forgot, and they said, you're no better than anybody else, but nobody else is better than you.
all right, that's dope. That's awesome. As he's scrubbing his Brillo paste, like, what?
Right.
What you talking about?
I know
man?
that was hard to
It's
maybe
tough back then.
soak in and really acknowledge because everything else in the world is telling him that that's not true.
True.
That
Yeah.
these motherfuckers are better than me because why he don't have to walk out into the mud and put his fucking head down.
And Bill's an intelligent man, which is so great. He's such an articulate guy, and just you know what I mean. He's a smart, educated person, and it's like and that's another thing that happens in the business too. If you're smart and you're proud of who you are, it's always like a burden to white people. If you're just like, oh no, I like myself, I like my blackness. I don't want to be a buffoon. They just go, and they reward that cooning shit all the time.
You know something though? The one thing that kind of bothered me was, because I'm a huge Bill Duke fan, so I was really excited to find him, because we've been talking about it for a couple of years now doing this interview. We finally got it because he has a book out, an autobiography. As soon as we posted up the post on Instagram, all these racist comments start coming in about how he looked and his dark skin and stuff like that, mostly from black people.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's fucked
And
up.
and I thought, oh, maybe someone's trolling. No, you go to their page. It's
And they're saying
it's a legitimate
talking
black
about his
person's
dark
account.
skin. And say he looks like this, he looks like that.
Yeah.
And black people, and being a dark skinned guy, I know. Growing
what's
up
funny?
and shit. What's up?
I was just listening. I'm listening to Sirius Radio, and fucking Dana Dane comes on. Dane.
This is the song?
Yeah.
Song? Yeah.
So there's one part he said, who did I see that ugly black creature?
Right.
And I said to myself,
Isn't he dark skinned himself?
he's got
No,
brown.
he's brown.
Brown, okay.
between.
but it just made me like, and we all, when that came out, was probably laughing about
Yeah.
it, like, that
Yeah.
ugly
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
But it's like, you see, we are suffering from somebody else's
Yep.
mind frame. So, yes, black people will be some of the first one. Oh, that black ass.
Yeah, you use
mother.
black.
Look
yeah,
how
to-
black it is.
yeah,
black,
black ass.
black.
Yeah, it's
That
real.
motherfucker is. I don't want to be so black.
Yeah, sure.
And like, yeah, that's crazy. So when I just heard that ugly black creature, it just made me think of like, wow, this is a black man. And I'm not saying anything against Dana Dane. That's my man.
Yeah.
We all were
It was just
have been
song.
a victim of this
Yeah, of
before.
course.
But I'm just saying how your mind goes there, that you would even write that down and that we would resonate with that.